So now, as we just finished the general information about the program and what functions you have, let's start by actually using it on an example just so we can see what can be done. First thing first, we go up to the ribbon, set line, SheetAgent, click on it, and we're gonna get our palette control. For today, we're gonna start on single viewport. I'm putting a timer here up the screen just so you can see it live, to see the sense of time. So just gonna start it and we start talking. So for today, we're gonna be in single viewport, which is, as we explained before, this is our grading, drainage, existing condition, anything that's you only want to detail one viewport. Again, these are excluding your support viewports such as legends, keynotes, key maps. So just design wise. First step first, and a quick reminder, this is our palette control. Anything on top is basically your helper telling you which state or what status is your drawing at currently. How do we start? I currently have a program setup. These are xrefs that you can see here. I have the design file. It's called sample test. This is what comes within Civil 3D itself. Then I have the label, or the label file, action xref, which is a zero text here. And then I have both of them xrefed in the layout sheet. So for today, we're gonna just run an example building the layout sheets, which is the C2 series for this example at least. So now this is our xref. First thing first, on the top of list, there is no title block. As you know, each project has its own title block. Each company has its own title block, so we need to start from that. First button we go in, which is a drawing setup. Let me make this one just double stacked so it's easier to see. Okay, now import title block will bring us to where we want to pick it up. I have them currently in documents. Sorry for the mess. Title block, and we're just gonna import one. So what does the program do? It's basically just xref in our title block. It's currently living here. As you can see, it's not page setup because each company, again, each user has its own page setup. So just gonna apply my standard for now. So I just applied the page setup, and now you can see the view is set, the page printer, CTB, etc. They're all in. So you can see it's pretty empty. We have nothing in yet. We start building it slowly. Next is on top of the list, or on second on the list, to be correct, it's VP Max. What is VP Max? This is what you will ask the program to use as the maximum area of your title block to use to create your viewports from. So we're just gonna simply draw one because I don't have one pre-drawn. And the background, the gray background here I have is simply to help me in this presentation. And as we move down into it, you will see it as just contrast when we change stuff. So you've seen it now, it's green, it's great. Now we can move down one step further. But before we move forward, there is 3 helpers that pop up. The first one is key map. These are small maps that shows you the entire area. And these are just reminder, if you want to add them, you can add them now if you want. If you don't want and you want to skip it, you can. It also show you your scale bar and the north arrow. These are just reminder. These will never print and they will never carry out. These are simply, hey, do you want to add those? Just so you remember if you want to do it or not. And of course, there is the name. So I prefer personally to start always filling those up, but I'm not going to do them all. I'm just going to do one and leave the rest for later, just so you can see how easy it is in case you forgot to add them later on. So I just added my attribute block, which is predefined, pre-built for this title block. You guys know what I'm talking about. Each project, each title block has its own customization that's need to be. So I I put this in, but you can see it here, support block, it's not defined yet. This is intentional, not automatic, just to make sure that the user, you as designers and engineers, actually select what you want and not the program pick something that by mistake was inserted. So when you actually press configure attribute, you are sure that you want to use this one, just a step down the line. So now we have this, it turned yellow, it's great, not green, but we know why it's not green. We're missing north arrow and scale bar. Now what's the next? Next on the line is preview not created. So we're gonna go to model. And for today, we're gonna be building or using array and free mode. So array, as we explained in the initial session, this is basically gonna build tiles or viewports horizontally and vertically to fill up an area. So first thing first, we need to define the area where we want to design. We're just gonna go around this drawing we have. You can have as many angles as you want. Just make sure it's closed polyline, not an open one. So now we defined our area. Next we come to preview and we're gonna go to array and we're gonna select the array. It's gonna ask us about the name. What name would we like? Since we're building layouts, I'm gonna pick layout. The number or sheet prefix, this is before the dot or dash. So C2, it's gonna ask you about the separator. Each company use differently. Some use the dot, some use the dash. If you wanna use the plus, go for it. Just please use your company standard. Then it's going to ask us what scale do you want. I know people might laugh if I use 10 scale on a layout because it's just a layout, but I'm going to use 10 scale. It's going to ask us about overlap. Would you like to overlap tiles? You can pick 0. I'm going to pick 5 feet for now. And you can see it filled it up. So the tiles will automatically be placed on your model space for your preview. And you can see it's only previewed, nothing was built, there is nothing on the bottom yet. One thing that you might have noticed too is this blue cyan. What is this? So if we zoom in, it's basically calling at a computed north arrow designer to verify. So the program has a proprietary logic to it built in. I can't go deep into what that does, but in a nutshell, it attempt to compute your north arrow based on the information it can find across your drawings and xref. As designers, we always verify it if it's correct or not. The program can be wrong, and yes, if the program is wrong, you can always override it. For now, we're gonna assume it's right, and then we'll come and explain it's not right. Let's change it and see what happened. So now you previewed the sheets and you're just going to simply build those. It's going to ask you about the match lines, model space or paper space. For array mode only, you can pick paper space. The standards I've been pushing always toward model space to keep the paper space clean. So we're going to use model space for this example. Create cover overview sheet. What is this? This is basically, if you're doing a subset, as we're doing now, layout, this is where your cover go on top of your set that shows you, the design reviewer, the QC reviewer, the entity you're submitting your drawing to, where each tile falls or each viewport falls throughout the project. And you will see it, what I mean. Do you want to create one? Yes, it's going to ask you about the name. Let's use overview for this example. And you can see it at start, just building it. We're building 22 tiles and one overview, so that will be total 23 tile at the end. Again, this is all live. You see the timer on top. So it built our overview. It has the name, it named it overview, it added the scale, it put the number. The rest were not filled because we did not specify them, and we'll go through if you want to use the program to define all of those fields, or do you want to use SSM? It's up to you. So now we can see a lot of warnings here. What are these warnings? Where to find them? Again, as a reminder, health is your support always. To no one's surprise, there is no north arrow and there is no scale bar. So let's add those. So where to add things in this program? It's always in underscore template TB. Think about this as your canvas. This is where you can add, you can delete, and the program will use this as its own guidance or North Star, and it's going to start using blocks from this location and apply it to all, so you don't have to do manual copy paste on every single one. So similarly to the fields, we're gonna add a graphic scale bar and we're gonna add a north arrow. You can do those separately, but since we're doing it, let's do it together now. Next step, similar. Since it's not green yet, that means it's not been configured. For same reason, just make sure that we pick the right one. So user have to come in, configure north arrow, configure scale bar, and then you can see them green. Next is to always press update to have them added to our sheets. So is it done? Yes, it's done. Basically, if you go in, you can see them all 110, 110, or a scale, north arrow pointing up. Just cross-checking, yes, the viewport is locked, and 110. Everything is good, but we still have warning. Why? Let's see. So if we come to health, it says C20, scale 170, not available in scale bar block. So basically it picked the scale and our scale does not have it. This is helpful because you don't want to assume the program can fix the block. And what's extremely helpful for me personally and why I built this in mind is to make sure that it's a helper. If you don't have it, it's easy. It's going to tell you, hey, you don't have 170. You can either zoom in, zoom out, change the scale, put it something different, 80 for example, or simply add the 170 to the scale bar. So you don't assume it did it and it went silent. So for now, fortunately, I don't have a 70 scale, but we'll keep it. It's all right. We know exactly what the warning is about. And to double check it or to cross check that this is correct, we'll just come here. It is, there isn't 70, there is 50, there is 100. So this scale bar needs some love from my side. And we also double check this. It's 70 scale. Yeah, it's like you can see small buffer. Can it push it to 60? Maybe, but it's still, I don't have those in my scale bar, so it's regarded, or it's not important. What do we want to do next? There's no legends. There is no key map, which I personally like to know where I am, especially when I have, like, what did we say? We have 22 sheets. Should we add one now? We can. And let's do it. Let's add one now. So we come to template. Again, that's where everything lives. We want to set key map area because this is a support viewport and it's not an actual design viewport, or there's no plan in here. So we're going to set this up and we're going to draw it similar to VP Max. We're just going to say, okay, add me here, add this key map, please. It's going to ask you, where do you want the tiles to be used from? Key maps or key plans, sorry, they'll have their own session. These are pretty important, but very, very big and only for big project usually. Think about this: when you have subsets and CAD starts to slow down, the first thing we do is we start breaking those sheets into smaller, more manageable CAD files. And what we end up with is another file that we start copying and pasting those tiles, and sometimes we start forgetting where those actual tiles boundary, which is the viewport boundary, is, and it becomes like a headache to update always, and back and forth an additional file. So key plans will help fix that. For now, we're going to use current drawing just for this example, and then we'll go in next sessions, we will explain key plans. So you see it blinking, sorry for the headaches. It's just updating and creating the key plans, which you can see it's in the background now. And it's applied to all our, sorry, all our sheets. You can toggle in, out, but maybe at this stage we looked at the key and I was like, oh, why do I need these tiles? What am I gonna do now? Should I delete everything and restart, or what's gonna happen now? We're just gonna simply come to model space and you're gonna select the tiles you don't want. For example, this is in an empty place. I don't want this. Let's delete this. Do I want this? Maybe. Let's keep it for now. If I change my mind, we'll delete it later. This one is just empty here. We don't want it. Yeah, let's delete these two. You can delete any you want, add as many as you want to, and I'll show you how you do add and delete both. So now we deleted, I don't know, we used to have 22 sheets. Now we have, what is it, 4, 8, I don't know how to do math anymore. 12, 15 tiles plus 1 overview. So now we have 16 tiles. So press update. It's gonna prompt you to, do you want to renumber? What does that mean? So currently, as you can see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So we're missing the 5. We have 9 here. We're missing the 10, 11, 15. Oh God, we're missing a lot. Do we want this? You can, if you like it. If you want to renumber it, the program will renumber it for you. What does renumbering mean? It's basically we'll fill in the gaps. Whatever the 5 was missing, it moves it to the next active view. And again, apologies for the blinking. You'll get used to it. So let's go to this, because this will show us clearly what happens. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 through 15. So basically it renumbered it without the need to manually do it, because we all know program change, projects change, and then we have to do it. So it also updated our numbers. So T15, the area 15, I have it personally just because I just want to stress test the program. So if you don't have it in your field, it will not touch your area. And it rehatched it, recreated your key maps, updated our match lines. I think this was 19 or something. So now we have 12, 14, that's 12. That's 14, so it's all right. It's correct, at least. I had to pause and I totally forgot the time running. So sorry, we lost about 5 minutes. I needed to have a small sip of water. So now we created the files, or we created 15 sheets, as you've seen, the overview. Let's add legends, support VP, etc. So how do we do that? So simply we come to the support VP here in the support VP section, and we gonna simply press on set viewport VP. What's gonna happen? It's gonna prompt us to set a name. Why a name is important? This is how it's gonna help us find it on the model space. So let's use legend for now. And similar to VP Max, we're gonna draw it. And let's just put it here. So you can see it applied the legend. Can I add more? Yes, we can. And I'll show you how. So we switch to model space. It won't know where you are. So it won't find the legend unless you tell it. This is not a profile, that it's dynamic. This is a legend, so it's pre-static. So to help the program find the legend, we're going to simply come here and we're going to do preview support a viewport. It's going to ask you about the scale, and it's going to tell you that your current drawing is at 110 scale, and we're going to use 1 to 10, just because I like to match. It's going to ask you to pick the center point. I'm going to put it here just to show you how it works. You can put it anywhere in the drawing, and then you can simply select it and move it, or you can go and try to land it straight on it Either way, it's totally fine. So I put it approximately where it is. You can see that it's slightly smaller than our box, and it's okay. I'll show you how we can fix this later. So we add this now and go back and simply press update sheet. And you can see it in the background. It's adding those for us. So now we said that this is not covering the entire rectangle for the said legend. What if we want to make it exact? So we start from what we have, and now we want to force it somehow to be larger. Everything is doing well here. What happened if I press update? Simply nothing. All you're going to see is a critical message that's going to come up. What is this critical message? We go down to health, and you're going to see it that the legend model area exceeds title block allocated space, which we knew that because we overdone it. So what should we do? So we should go and run refresh support VP. You don't have to remember any of this. It's going to tell you what you need to do. So you come here, and let's close this health just so we have more space. And you come into the model space, and you're going to press refresh support viewport. And it's going to ask us, do we want to keep the scale? This is our chance. If we want to go to, like, say, 15 scale or 20 scale and make it smaller and kind of cheat it out, we can. Or we can simply say, use the same scale and switch me to the title block. Clamp means it's going to keep it as trimmed. And sometimes we show bigger and we don't mind it, but let's adjust it properly. So let's just switch to title block, and it's gonna draw a cyan here that you'll get used to it through the program. Anything cyan, that's mean this is just a preview. Take a look. You like it? Yes. You don't like it? You say no, and you go back to redrawing. So we're gonna say use, and you can see it. It's bigger. I just wrote exactly what you want from the model space here, and then let's place it down, and let's update the sheets. Let's see what's going to happen. You can see it's changing them in the background to the new shape and rectangle, basically. And don't worry about this. This is just regeneration. So now it's here, and just to make sure 15 is fine. We saw a warning. We know that we have an already pre-existing warning, but we have another warning here that says legend position may conflict with the viewport. I think we've seen this already on the template when we moved it, but in case we missed it, we're going really fast. We move it, and then it's here. It shows. What can we do? Oh God, are we gonna redo the entire drawing? Not necessarily, no. So basically, you can simply hold your Vmax, which is you predefine initially, and then you're just gonna scoot it off. And let's leave some space. Okay, so now we moved it here. Anything? No critical health. Oh God, more things in health now. So what happened? It says that our VP max, which is our viewport area, has shifted. No kidding, we did it. Now it says if you want to use that, which I think we want because we don't want to have the legend in conflict with the viewports, run retile. Where is retile? It's here. And this will only appear when there is a major reconstruction. Retiling means it's a full reconstruction of your program, basically. So it switches you back to model space, and it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to use it? Yes. You want to keep the overlap? You can change it, make it bigger, make it smaller. I'm going to keep it as is. And it's, as we said in cyan a few minutes ago, anything in cyan is your preview. Yes, it forget what you've deleted because it's just rebuilding everything almost from scratch. So it's a downside to this. However, it's very quick to come back to the normal. You've seen how fast it is to delete and update. So we're going to say accept changes. And it's going to ask you, would you like to update your layout now? And you're going to press yes. And you can see it. It's going to, again, cycle through everything, apply our layers. Sorry, there's no layers in here. Apply your new geometry on the files, updating the naming, updating the match lines, just making this viewport smaller. And as I started and it already did it. So as I started the conversation, I said the background here, I have this gray. This is just to show you that it did it. It's clearly that it's not conflict with legend, but that's why that line was in the beginning. Match line is here. You can see all the new tiles. Do you want to delete? Of course, or if you like, sorry, I don't want to assume, of course. So we delete those. Sheets, I think this one was also gone. And I don't know, this one maybe? Yeah, I think so. I don't remember what was there. But you can see how simple it is to delete sheets if you don't like them anymore, or program change, a project change, you add, you delete as you go. And simply you just deleted it, you press yes, it's gonna go through. The eye test is gonna make you a little dizzy here. Stroboscope, I guess they call it, and it's almost done. It's just gonna go check its own work, just make sure that everything is fine, and voila, we're back. So now we added the legend, we've resized our viewport, we rebuilt things almost from scratch. What else can this program do? Do you want to add another viewport max? Absolutely. Again, go back to underscore template and set support VP. It's going to ask you about the name. Since you have a legend as a reminder, which is shown here, let's just change something else. Let's say hatches, I don't know, or keynotes, whichever you want. Let's say hatch. And similar draw. And now we have a bigger area. Let's put it here. So now we have hatch. What to do with the hatch? Same. We come back to model space. We preview support viewport. It's going to give you scale. And it already detected that you have a legend, so it's going to give you the one missing, which you see it on the screen. It says pick center point for hatch. Let's do it here. Now you can see I'm running out of space on my tiny title block because this is I believe it's a 24 by 36, so it's kind of small one, but let's add it here. Next is update sheets. As usual, you can see it's adding it in the background. And it's all live here, so there is no hiccups, I hope so. So, yep, everything is good. Now, what can we do more? If you don't like the style of the match lines, you simply come to add-ons and you change the style. So, it's called match line style. You simply press on it. It's going to ask you if you want to change the height. This is if you want to change the papers. And again, it's show you on paper. It's currently 0.1. If you want to change it to 0.15, let's change it to 0.15. It's going to tell you your styles that you can change. Yes, pick Arial, for example. Do you want to change the C? Currently, it's saying C, C2, 1. Maybe we want to say sheet, for example, or you want to remove C altogether. Anything else. For this one, I'm going to just go fun and say look at, just for fun. And no, please don't save it as a default. And it's just, again, it's updating our match line style. Each company has its own, so please use your company. But yeah, look at this. Look at C12. So it did update all. We can always come check. So this help you out very quickly. What if you wanna, let's say, where are we here? Let's pick, oh, look at these. Now I know what should we say. What about the layers? Layers are a mess. Look at this key plan. What can I do with it? You simply wanna come in, you're gonna freeze any layers you don't like. Let's clean it up. Let's freeze the corridor here. We don't want it. Yeah, looks better. This profile is not needed. Did it apply to all? No. So we are on CO5, so I don't forget. So 06 is still the same. How can we use that without going one by one? You simply come, add on, apply layer key maps. You press on it. You select the source, the one you cleaned, and you apply it to all other key maps. Yes. And yes, it's that quick. It just went through it all and it cleaned them up. Few things that you should be aware of. When we say retiling that we've done before, like the VP Max, unfortunately, it's a destructive reconstruction, basically. So the layers will be forgotten, so you have to do those. But if you're just adding a legend or you are deleting a sheet, for example, this is non-destructive from the program, so the layers will be saved. So now we saw the key map, and if you're like me and you like to label everything, there is no key map label. I'm going to show you two things. One is how to add a key map that's automatic. So you come here and you're going to add ons again, key map label, you press on it. And I'm going to use auto, which is a preset default from the program. So auto would just simply, it's a M text with an underline, and then it shows the scale. So now we added the default key map label. What if we want to use the company standard label? What to do, how to do it? Simply go to underscore template and insert the company's, let's say this is the default that we want to use. I'm pretty sure a lot of folks have the one without the one, but this is the one I have for now. And what do we do next? We're going to come into key map label again. Remember, it used to be key map, our default, and we want to switch it to this new label. We're going to come in, key map label. We're going to select. It's going to turn cyan. And then, did it update? Yes, it did. So it's very quick, very iterative. What about the hatches? Maybe someone doesn't want this default hatch. You can also adjust it. You come here, key map hatch, configure, and simply pick something, whichever standard you guys use. That's gonna go with Earth just so you see it changed. Angle 0, no. Again, it's gonna save itself. Next time you do it, it will remember it. That's what's the save it for next time. And then just cycle through it and it updated your tiles. So now we've done legends, we've done support, we've done key maps, we've added the label, but we never talked actually about adding a tile. So we deleted a tile, but what if I want to add one? Project changed, the client wants us to add a new tile. What can we do? We're going to come here under drawing setup. Since this is adding a tile, we're going to come and simply press add additional tile. What this will bring up is it's going to ask you, do you want to continue on the same scale? And it will tell you your current scale is 110. You can say keep or new. Let's use keep for now. Do you want to continue the naming? So basically we are in C2 dot. Do you want to continue? And last one, I think it's what? C215. Yes, I guess so, yeah. C215 is here. Do you want to continue? Sure. It's the same project. Array again, it's gonna, you have to define the area for it. Let's go with free. I think that's one of the tools that you're gonna use a lot. You have choices. You want a single one, which is just simply one tile and the program stuff, or you want multiple. I'm gonna show you both. I'm gonna show you single for now. And let's add it. Let's add it here, which is at the weird intersection of two tiles. And then, of course, it's going to ask you, hey, there's some errors here, simply because we didn't build it. So we added now what? Update sheets. Yes. And then we're updating the sheets. And it's rebuilding stuff for us. And you can see it's just turning on and off as you wish. And it added a new tile, which should be C216 if everything looks fine. It kept your look at the funny one. And now look, it did two match lines. Because it's in the middle of two tiles, it simply said this part is 204, this part is 208. And that's what it did. Let's check 204. What happened with 204? Now 204 has this angle here, which is for 216. Now, what someone might say, this is weird. We know that this is new tile, but is there a possibility to change the number? I don't want this to be 16. I want this to be 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we go up. Can we do that? Yes, this is just high level. It is destructive. That's mean the layers will be forgotten and you have to redo some layering control. So 216, you simply double click on it. Sorry for the inconvenience, you have to do this twice. So because we have double label. So you have now 205, 205. Oh, I'm gonna hit update and see what's gonna happen. It's gonna stop. I'm gonna tell you, hey, you renamed 216 to 205. Would you like to keep it or revert? Keep means you keep the 205 and then the computer will figure out the rest. Or you revert, basically you revert to 16. So now we want to keep it. It's going to show you in cyan the renumbering of the remainder of the sheet. So 5 becomes 6, etc. until 15 becomes 16. Renumber, accept, yes. So we accepted. It's going to take a second. It's going to think, and it's going to start changing our layouts, changing our names. It's going to take a little bit, and it's going to eventually finish. So yeah, that's why I said be careful, this is destructive. Remember, 15 becomes 16. It remembered your hatch. 16 became 5. Let's check what happened with the match line. What are we? 5. C05 is here. So what happened with C05? Now it says look C204, 209. Correct, right? 4 and 9. Now 4 should be looking at 5. Look at 5. Correct. So this is also just another adjustment. Now let's add more tiles. Let's keep the scale and let's keep the naming, and let's show you how you do multiple retiles. So first it's going to ask you to place C217. Where do you want to do it? Let's put it here. And let's say I want 18 here, I want 19 here, and you can see them, they're just numbering, okay? But I don't want to build them yet. I want to move it now because I want this one here. I want this one to be here. And I want this one to be simply here. So now we added 3 sheets. And what next? Update sheets. And it's gonna start thinking again. It's gonna turn on and off stuff. It's updating the key maps. It's updating the plans themselves, the match lines. It's doing quite a bit of work in the background itself. It's renaming the tiles. You can see it's going through it like crazy. And it's just finished. So 219 is saying look at 216, which is true. 17. It's here, and since 17 is in the middle of 2, so we should have 4 and 3. Let's see if it has correct. 4 and 3, correct, etc. So you see the power of this program and how fast it is. So now we've built, we've added, we've deleted. Now a bad scenario, or our nightmare scenario, where let's say surveyor call, or it's like, okay, we had the mistake, or we did a mistake, and we need to change this north arrow. That can be done at the beginning, at the end. I just waited till now just to show you how simple it is to do it even after building your sheets. So as you remember, this is a computed, automated north arrow, and it's applied to our sheets. What happened if we, let's say, rotate this one, say the survey come, or we need to adjust it by 90 degrees for visual. You can choose any angle you like. What happened if I rotate it here and I pressed update sheets? Nothing happens. Why? Even though the north arrow is here and now the north arrow is pointing over. Is this a miss from the program? Actually, this is intentional. The reason why is when you come to the health, to just have some controls and some boundaries and QC and QA, As designers, sometimes we move things, we rotate stuff that shouldn't be rotated by mistake, and the last thing we want is the program to carry something like the north arrow and start doing it wrong on all the sheets. So if it's rotated, it's gonna flag it that says north arrow has been rotated. And as you can see, it clearly states that if you'd like to accept the rotation, press verify a north arrow. If it was by mistake, you can simply revert it and then nothing happened because your sheets are still the same. But let's assume that this is an intentional change. What to do? So the program is telling us run verify north arrow. Where is that verify north arrow is? It's in the add-on. It's under the configure north arrow, or if you have it next to each other, it's going to be in the same area. Verify north arrow. It's going to ask you, would you like to accept the rotation, which is shown here, or revert it? Now we accept this. This health turned blue again, and you can see it clearly that it recorded my name and recorded the date when this north arrow has been changed. Why this is important? It's because the program will not do anything major or critical without recording these. When we want to come back, let's say in a month, we forgot what happened, or Rami left the company and they want to know, someone come pick it up. Why was this north arrow changed? They can come open this and they can see it exactly what date was changed. Unfortunately, it won't capture the why, but at least it captured the change. Now, the message down here, when you accept it, it's going to show who was set by, of course, and then it's going to ask you, please run update sheets. So I'm just going to close health just so we have more space and simply update sheets. And you can see it starts rotating here now. Rotated on all sheets. Everything happened. What else we didn't cover here? Underscore template, as I said, it's also your canvas. So anything in blue, you can move around. Let's say I want to put the tile here. I want to put the north arrow here. I'm pretty sure a lot of OrCAD managers will be like, don't give ideas. But let's say we put them here and then we update the sheets. Yeah, it's going to mess them up. But that's the beauty about it. You can come back to underscore template and let's say you want to move it somewhere where it's clean. You want them stacked, you want them next to each other, and you don't want to do it for 16 or 17 sheets. You simply do it here and then you press update and it's here. What else we haven't covered? We haven't covered layer management. We covered layer management for the key map, but we didn't cover layer management for the actual tile. Is there a function that can help? Yes. Again, it's best if you do it one by one, unless you know that this is the layers that's controlled everywhere. So instead of going manually doing layer state management or manager, saving the layer and going applying it one by one, you can simply come in, go inside one of the viewports. What are we? We are 203, and if we froze the the lot layer, which is the purple lines. Now what? We come in to the add-ons and we can simply press Apply Layer Viewport. It's going to ask you to select the source. I'm going to select this source. It's going to open you a new UIX, or which is a control panel. Sorry if I keep saying UIX. And it's going to list all the viewports you want to apply freeze thaw to. It does not touch the model space, so anything on model space is preserved. So if we want, it's auto select all. If you want the overview too, you can. It's simply, you can select none. Apply to all is just gonna select overview, and apply is only to the one selected. Simply apply. It's gonna go through them all. It is slower, but it's way faster to do it manually. And let's see which one. Let's say 211 should not have those anymore. Yeah, so we don't have it. So these are like few things that the program can help you save time. Two things we didn't cover today or in this session is path and alignment for single viewport. This one is just an introduction to single viewport. I hope this helps, and any suggestion you have, or if you have any bugs that might have come when you're using it, simply come here, report a bug, just let us know what is this bugs from, what were you using, if it caused the crash, or if it's simply just a bug, if it's something you'd like to see as a improvement, please send us an email to info@satline.ai, and we'll be happily looking at it and considering it. Thank you so much for joining, and see you in the next session.